No, this isn't good. No, no, this can't be happening. No, ladies and gentlemen, no, no, it can't be getting delayed. Oh. Hey everybody, how's it going? So if you haven't already heard the news around the world, around the globe, ladies and gentlemen, Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars is being delayed. Not by a whole lot, just a few months. So I have the Twitter article up right now. We can go ahead and throw it over here. And it says Avengers Doomsday has been delayed to December 18th, 2026, and Secret Wars to December 17th. So I just kind of want to go over my thoughts on this whole thing because I don't think this is a big deal. Actually, I think this is a blessing in disguise. I think this is a good thing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am sitting here straight into the camera and telling you that this is a good thing. Why is this a good thing? Rob, why is this a good thing? Why are you being positive about this? This is obviously trouble. The MCU is panicking because of the constant, box office bombs like the Marvels and Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World. Like this is just the end of the MCU, Rob. Why are you so positive that this delay is a good thing? Well, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why I think this is a good thing. Um, One, making movies is a long process, right? It's a long process. And and here's the thing. They just started running on this movie, right? They just started filming, I think like what, 3-4 weeks ago. They just started actually filming this movie. And for me, I want to make sure that they get this thing right. What's working, what's not working. Are they going to be able to bring more people in? Because we also heard that Tom Holland didn't even sign up for this movie yet. No doubt he's going to be in Secret Wars, but he's not in Doomsday. But hey, you know what? He wasn't really in Endgame except for like the last end of the Endgame. So why do I think that this delay is a positive thing? Well, Doomsday was scheduled to come out in May of next year, May of 2026. Can anybody, by show of hands, anybody watching this can tell me what else comes out in May of 2026? Oh, that's right, guys. The Mandalorian and Grogu film. By the way, this title is absolutely awful. Can we please get some good titles in here? Right? You need a better title than this. What the heck happened to titles? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Doomsday was scheduled to come out the same time as Mandalorian and Grogu. Now that was awful booking. Can anybody else, classroom, can anybody else tell me the last time something stupid like this happened? What happened? Yes, that's right, guys. When they released Solo 2 weeks after Infinity War, and Solo just crashed and burned, the only Star Wars film to ever have absolutely financially failed at the box office. So, do you really want to repeat the events of Solo and Infinity War with Doomsday and Mandalorian and Grogu? Now, I'm not saying that's the only reason. I think there's several reasons. A lot of people like to pick the one or two things, like oh, Captain America, Brave New World failed because of racism, and people don't want to see a black Captain America. Oh, Thunderbolts failed because this. Like, can we all just take a minute here and have adult conversations and go, you know what? Maybe there's more than one reason. Not everything is black and white, left or right, or cut right down the middle. Sometimes things are complex. Sometimes things are complex, meaning sometimes there's many different reasons for the situation to have happened. Why did Secret Wars and Doomsday get delayed? Well, there's many different reasons when you sit and think about it. One, like I mentioned, guess what? The film just started filming not too long ago. Two, it's coming out literally within weeks of its other Disney property, Star Wars Mandalorian. Man, I talked all right over there. The Mandalorian and Grogu. And by the way, to throw salt on that wound, there hasn't been a Star Wars movie since Rise of the Skywalker. So there's a lot riding on this movie. So do you really want to put it up against Avengers Doomsday? No, that's not a very smart business decision, guys. It's just not. And history will repeat itself. Infinity War, Solo. I'm looking at you. Not only that, December is a hot time for movies. People are off for the holidays, they're with their families, they want to go see movies. We saw Force Awakens break the mold of that, and then we've seen tons of billion-dollar movies coming out in December. Star Wars, Avatar, I believe Aquaman came out in December. December is a hot center for movies now. So people want to go to see those movies during the holiday time. And hey, I'm perfectly fine with Doomsday. Me personally, though, I would much prefer if Star Wars: The Mandalorian goes to December. But the problem with that is that movie's already been filming. That movie's been filming way longer than Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we get to the next part. They just started shooting this thing, guys. They just started shooting this thing. You don't want to release it to another big movie that's from your same company. You just don't want to do that. There's several different reasons. Maybe there's something about the script they want to tweak. Maybe they want to make some adjustments. This is not a bad thing. I don't know why everybody, the sky is falling, ladies and gentlemen. The sky is falling. We're delaying this movie. The sky is falling. I think if people would just have common sense is a rarity nowadays. It's really hard that it's a rarity. I seen a video the other day where some girl said if you save $1 every day for a year, you'll have $30,000. So common sense is a very, very rare thing in this modern age of cell phones and social media. But if you just sit there and you just think about it for a second and go, you know what, this probably makes sense. We do not want to release our big Avengers movie, the first one since Endgame, next to our next Star Wars movie, the first one since Rise of these two things shouldn't go together, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already calling for the delay of Fantastic Four. I don't know what they're thinking. Hey, you know what? You know that Jurassic Park Rebirth movie, Jurassic World? You know that movie that's going to make $1 billion? Oh, and then Superman coming right after that? Hey, let's release Fantastic Four around that same time frame. That sounds like a good idea. It isn't like our movies are bombing lately. Oh wait, yes they kind of are. But hey, let's keep that record going. Hey, let's just keep that trend going. Fantastic Four, man, you're gonna be the fourth reboot and the fourth bomb, man. Although the Jessica Alba ones, they're kind of cheeky. Get it, Jessica Alba, cheeky. Oh man, that girl. Jessica Alba's gorgeous. But I did not hate those movies. You take away the Galactus poop cloud, and I like those movies. But with that said, it just doesn't make sense to have Fantastic Four coming out the same exact month as Jurassic World, which is going to probably be one of the highest grossing movies of the year. I believe Avatar 3 comes out this December. So it's going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer anyway. And then you have Superman, which we haven't had a Superman movie since Man of Steel. Some would argue we haven't had a good Superman movie since Christopher Reeves. So, you pair that, you guys should delay Fantastic Four to August. Get a few weeks separation. But hey, maybe they're looking at that and going, you know what? We can't afford to mess this up. We can't afford, Avengers Doomsday is going to rake in money. Do you really want to asinine, maybe asinine is the wrong word. Do you really want to kind of assassinate Star Wars and Mandalorian by putting it so close in the same month as Avengers Doomsday? It's a stupid decision. Stupid decision. When I was at work last night and I was sitting there drinking this iced coffee right here, not the same exact one because that would be weird because I would have already finished it. But while I was sitting there drinking the iced coffee, going to work, taking my break or whatnot, and I saw that the article said, "Hey, you know what? This thing is being delayed." I'm not even gonna cap with you guys. I was like, good. This news should have came out a long time ago. You know what else news should have came out a long time ago? Blade, just cancel the freaking thing. Come on, guys. Cancel Blade. So this video, overall, guys, I'm just here to say, look, not everything's black and white. Everything's not, cut right down the middle. Not everything is yes or no. Sometimes there's levels to this. Sometimes there's shades to this. And with the delay of Avengers Doomsday, that's only a positive for nothing else. It just allows the Russo brothers to really polish the movie, make it the best they possibly can, because a lot is riding on this, and you don't want to cannibalize and eat your own property with Star Wars and the Mandalorian and Grogu, which title should absolutely be changed. That's the first thing y'all need to do, is change that title. Oh my God, it's so awful. But yeah, the last thing you want to do is just cannibalize your own properties. Give this movie more time to bake in the oven. Let it cook. Let it simmer. Give me that mwah, and then just release your Star Wars movie like you planned in May, and move Avengers Doomsday to December. It would be better for them as a corporation. It would be better for us as fans to get a better product. There is nothing but good in this. Now, the downside is I have to live long enough to see this movie next December. But I think, maybe if I cut down on iced coffee, I'm not gonna be able to cut down the iced coffee. Who am I kidding here? But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think of the delay? Hopefully, you guys are level-headed, you're smart, and you're thinking like, hey, this is a good thing. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. I will see you all next time. Whoop whoop.